They didn't disappear because you weren't enough. They vanished because confronting you, even politely, felt like psychological torture to them. The sudden silence wasn't a casual dismissal, it was a desperate, often unconscious, act of self-preservation. To be ghosted is to be left in an emotional void, a space where clarity vanishes and self-doubt festers. It's a modern phenomenon that leaves a brutal emotional bruise, yet the true motivations behind it remain shrouded in judgment and pain. Tonight, we peel back the layers of that sudden absence, exploring the complex, often dark, psychological terrain within the mind of the ghoster. The immediate aftermath of being ghosted is a landscape of unanswered questions. Did I say something wrong? Was I too much, or not enough? The human mind craves closure, a definitive end to a narrative, and ghosting rips that away, leaving an open wound of ambiguity. This isn't just a minor slight, it's a deep invalidation, a non-consensual termination of connection that forces the ghosted person to construct their own, often negative, explanations for someone else's retreat. The silence speaks volumes, but none of them are true. The psychology of ghosting often begins with a profound fear of confrontation. For many, the mere thought of delivering difficult news, even respectfully, triggers an intense surge of anxiety, bordering on panic. This isn't necessarily malice, it's often a deeply ingrained avoidance mechanism, a learned response to perceived conflict. Psychologically, it taps into traits like high avoidant attachment styles, where emotional intimacy and direct communication are unconsciously perceived as threats to one's autonomy. It can also stem from a lack of developed emotional regulation skills, meaning the individual lacks the internal tools to navigate discomfort, leading them to simply flee the situation rather than face it. Their comfort, however fleeting, outweighs any consideration for the other person's feelings. So, the person who ghosted you likely wasn't calculating their cruelty. More often, they were performing a desperate, if flawed, emotional calculus, prioritizing their immediate relief from discomfort over your need for explanation. It reveals a profound internal struggle within them, an inability to tolerate emotional friction, a pervasive fear of hurting someone, or being seen as the one who hurts others, and a lack of empathy for the consequences of their actions. Their disappearance isn't a statement about your inherent worth or desirability, it is a stark, unconscious admission of their own emotional limitations and their inability to navigate the complexities of human connection. The silence speaks not of your inadequacy, but of their profound psychological discomfort. Understanding this doesn't erase the hurt, but it shifts the locus of the problem. Ghosting is a symptom of internal psychological struggle, a defensive act by someone unable to cope with emotional nuance. Recognize it for what it truly is, not a judgment on you, but a reflection of their own unresolved fears and undeveloped emotional capacity. Follow Cortex Unveiled for more hidden psychology.